Today I will read about village and architecture. Before that, I will introduce myself. My name is Meywati, Laia. Okay, let's start. Village and architecture. Omohada, the traditional house of Nias. Nias people live in highly organized villages. Nias villages often possess impressive stone monuments and large houses which stood on earthquake resistant timber pylons. Most of these villages have lost its old houses because of their deterioration and difficulties in maintaining the ancient wooden structures from rot, insects, and wear, and hence replaced by other more generous structures. Other reason why not so many houses were rebuilt because of the over-harvesting of the forest. In the past, Nias villages, especially those of South Nias, were strategically built on top of a ridge or hill and were surrounded by ramparts and security gates. Entry into these villages was provided by only two gates via steep staircases. The gates led to a straight paved avenue which runs through the village center with row of traditional houses on the sides of the avenue. Close to the main square of the village was the house of the village founders, the Omosibua. In Nias villages, the space in front of each house was the property of the inhabitants. This front courtyard was used for maintenance activity, e.g., drying harvest before storing. Villages in central Nias was usually smaller than its southern counterpart. The houses are also positioned farther away from the main avenue. Wooden figures. The Aduzatua wooden ancestor statues. The people of Nias place great value on wooden figures or adu. The sole purpose of the Nias figures was to fulfill ritual needs, whether it is to ensure wealth or to perform specific beneficial rite. Nation figures vary in size from as small as 20 centimeters, 7.9 in height to more than 2 meters, 6 feet tall. When an elderly person died, the family would make a wooden statue known as Aduzatua. The statues were unveiled on the 4th day after the death of the person. The shape of the wooden statue reflects the status of the person who used them. The more powerful the owner, the more impressive the statues will be made. Nias people believed that the deceased person's spirit resided in the statues, so all events that occurred in the family were shared with the ancestor status through prayers. Ancestor figures were believed to ensure fertility for the family, livestock, and agricultural land. Sacrifices were made to the ancestor status, especially on important events, e.g. births, marriages, and deaths. Ancestor statues were placed in the main room of the house, sometimes more than 100. A missionary working 2930 had recorded the, the removal of over 200 idols from a house of New Northern convert. Some missionaries even recorded houses collapsing under the weight of these ancestor figures. Small Adusatwa were bound together horizontally using a rattan and pegs. In the North Nias, a large impressive ancestor figure is known as Adusurahassalawa, Nias language for portraits of 100 ancestors. The Adusurahassalawa represent the first known ancestor of a family, often the founder of the village. The Adusurahassalawa were usually placed upon a wall or on an altar. Daro. Other large ancestor statues are the Aduhara. Aduhara ancestor statues are large, elongated, armless, and wear high fork headdresses. These statues are generally found in central Nias and rarely in South Nias. Other wooden figures do not represent the ancestors. These wooden figures were created to heal specific illnesses, to protect villages, or to invite supernatural beings to aid through rituals. These statues were generally crudely made as opposed to the finely carved ancestor figures. Joachim von Brenner Welsig classified more than 16 types of non-ancestor wooden figures. Many ancestor figures were destroyed in 1916 by Christian missionary movements, which saw them as an old, blasphemous religious symbols. Some were sold collectors and can be found in museums, private collections around the world. Stone monuments. A stone monument displayed in front of a house to display the power and rank of the host. The Nias produced one of the most impressive megalith culture in Indonesia, especially the center and south Nias. Stone were used to construct different objects and structures. Nias village features impressive stonework, e.g. large staircases and broad paved streets. Ritual objects, e.g. the behu or vertical column, standing columns, jumping stones, obelisks, altars, and sarcophagi are among the many stone objects produced by Nias people. Stone monuments were, were central in the Wasa festival, a kind of feast to raise the rank of a person. Dedicating stone monuments publicly and considered as one of the several requirements that must be done by a person to prove that he had fulfilled the right to claim a higher rank and to receive an honorary titles. The behu is type of megalith in the form of vertical column. Behu were erected in front of the host to commemorate former great celebrations held by the host. The more behu displayed in front of the house, the more powerful his possessions are in the village. Noblemen display behu that is large in size and more abundant in numbers than the commoners. A behu with a tropomorphic form is known as the osa-osa. The osa-osa is depicted as wearing traditional Nias attire, e.g. the kalabubu necklace and pendet earrings for dulu or saro dalinga. The osa-osa head is that of the various beasts, usually a lasara, a horrible, a stag, or a multi-headed mixture of fowl. Before displaying the osa-osa in front of houses, they were paraded around the village with the house seated or even standing on top of the osa-osa. Household object. Nias people produce household objects carved with zoomorphic, floral, and geometric motifs. Below are a list of utilitarian objects produced by the Nias people. Bari Kanaa, a miniature jewelry box. Boboa Tanu, clay pot. Dogi, North Nias, Fogao Regia. South Nias, a wooden coconut crate used to grate coconut meat to produce coconut milk or coconut oil, and important ingredients in Nias cuisine. Figalai, banana leaf used as plates. Halu, a paddy ponder. Haru, a wooden spoon. The base of the handle is carved with various forms, e.g. a fist. Katidi, weavings from bamboo. Lesu, wonder and pestle. Weapons. A group of Nias warriors holding the baluse or shield and burusa or spear, and with balato or sword at the side of their waist. Today, the Nias people are almost always present as a warlike people known for their headhunting, tradition and inter-villages conflict in the past, where manufacture of weapons are highly regarded above agriculture implements. Despite this, none of the warlike activities are carried out by the Nias people, as the majority of the Nias people has been converted to Christianity. Nevertheless, the Nias people were still known as a skillful weapon and armor makers. The Nias people used a variety of material for the creation of their weaponry: leather, cord or woven fibers, precious metal, iron and brass. The Nias used spears, swords and blades as their weapon. The Nias spear, Totoadoho in the south, Toho in the north, was mainly used for hunting. The shaft is made of dark hardwood of nibbing palm wrapped with rattan. Other type of spears are the brusa with the triangle shaped head. The Nias sword gari is a combat weapon. Both the sword and its sheath have simple undecorated form. The most well-known of the Nias weapon is the balato or tolegu, a steel sword with the protective amulet believed to possess magical power. The balato has hilt made of brass. The sheath of the balato contains a spherical bundle of rattan which perform as a protective amulet. This protective amulet is usually attacked with a variety of objects, e.g. animal fangs, which is for so that it looks like the jaw of the magical Lasara. The balato is only reserved for the highest nobles as a kind of proof of the authority and the social rank of its owner. Some prominent chiefs conferred their armor with sheet of gold. Helmets can be made of iron or tightly woven palm fibers. The oval-shaped shield is known as the baluse in South Nias, while the North Nias produce a hexagonal-shaped shield known as the dam. Okay guys, that's all. Bye!